You're listening to Weeknight Wizards.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weeknight Wizards. I am your unfriendly neighborhood GM, Anthony, and this is D&D 5e Isles of Hebria. I am joined by the full party of Hebria players, who I'm sure by episode 22 now you are very familiar with. You could probably name each of us by just the sound of our voices. So we will go through and do a... All right, here's the thing. I've got a player question, or I've got a character question, but it's kind of like if we asked like a Magic the Gathering question, it would single Greg out, or if we asked like some other question, it singles people out. But I'm reading the Stormlight Archive right now, and I want to ask a question about that, which I think only Nick is.
I feel so included.
I'll just answer it as if it was Magic the Gathering.
Great. I'm going to give a little... I also have a short player question after this so that everybody feels like they know what they're talking about. So in the world of the Stormlight Archive, it's an interesting world where your thoughts and emotions kind of express themselves in little... they're almost like little kami, like little anthropomorphic spirits that have their own little personifications in the world. Like when you get angry, these red tongues bubble up around you, or when you're feeling proud, like gold balls of light appear around your head. And so it's usually thoughts and emotions, or elements of nature that manifest in what is called spren. And my player question is, or my character question is, what spren would your character most often manifest? And what does it look like?
Oh, well, I'm gonna go first right off the rip. I think he is a Ravenclaw, maybe like a Slytherin. No, but actually, I'm gonna go with.
I'm referring to a good book series here, Joe.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna go with. It looks like Golden Go, the Pokemon.
Don't know what that is.
Me either.
It is a stack of coins that looks like a string cheese mascot.
I have seen that thing. It is very weird.
What element or emotion is it?
Greed.
Greed spren. I like that.
I think Vera. I don't know if I've only read 2.5 of the books in the series, so I'm not fully caught up.
Okay, well, you should at least know what you're talking about.
Yeah, if it exists, or even if it doesn't, I think Vera's would be a spite spren.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is not quite evil,
but
yeah,
spiteful.
Same energy,
mean-spirited.
Same energy as an honor spren, but way more vindictive.
I dig that. That's cool.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
I think it looks like black tendrils, kind of like a kraken, but they wisp away from the head, so they kind of detach in little black eels, essentially.
Sick.
That's cool because that would look almost like your little snakes are flying away from you.
Correct.
Love it.
I think when it would sort of embody protection, compassion and protection for others. That would be the nature of the spren. And then I think it would look a lot like a gray-green sort of hexagonal pattern that forms itself, into multiple layers and sort of things like that.
Like the standard anime shield spell?
Essentially, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
And we've all watched Freerun
Yeah,
Beyond
we all know what we're talking
Beyond
about.
Journey's End. Yeah, I love that.
Cool.
Michael?
Well, we know that canonically, minotaurs fuck the most. So of course, there would be the blue balls emotion, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a bunch of blue balls just flying. No, I'm kidding.
It's
I think-
it's the cherries emoji, but they're blue.
Yeah, right. No, I think that Manny's like nervous most of the time. So I feel like what nervousness would be almost like there would be almost like this clear aura or maybe like some sort of mist, but then it cracks like ice or glass, like just like little like points where it
Ooh.
just like fractures at like kind of unpredictable moments.
Yeah. Nick, I don't remember. What do anticipation spren look like? Because that is mentioned. I don't know if
I thought they
anxiety
were
or
like
nervous.
yeah, like small wispy. Like I for some reason I'm thinking of like tiny little ghosts almost.
I think
That
they're like orange, red, orangey, like colored.
I don't know.
I don't know. We can find an answer.
If you haven't read the Stormlight Archive, do yourself a service and check it out. It is incredibly long, but unlike the Wheel of Time, it's all good. The whole thing is good. You're like, damn it, this book is. I'm listening to it on Audible right now. This is 45 hours of book, and all the hours are good.
Yeah.
I had an
It's just a
issue
treat.
with
Rhythm of War is 57 hours.
I was doing some long form fantasy books, like borrowing them from the libraries for audiobooks, and then I realized that I was not getting enough hours to like listen to my books before I had to return them. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is not doable.
Mm.
If you would listen, Michael, I will gift you the first one.
I probably won't. So, but thank you.
Would you call
I'm
it
so
high
behind on
fantasy,
books.
Anthony? I don't think I would, right? It's just essentially more plain fantasy, not high fantasy.
Say again?
Would you call it high fantasy or more just I
I
don't think I would.
absolutely I would call it epic fantasy.
Epic fantasy. Okay.
Cool. Thanks, Ping.
Mhm.
We can move on to the player question, which is current events. Today, as of today, there is currently a hurricane going on right now down in the southeast of the U.S.
Mhm.
What would you name a hurricane?
Oh boy, this feels. Oh boy, this feels tactless. And you know,
Oh man.
the internet would name it like Windy McWindface,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I asked you, not the internet.
Well, I would let the people decide because I am fair and just. So
I would pick something that sounds both old timey and dangerous. So I would pick Hurricane Malort as my.
See, same vein. I was thinking it should be named after a food. You know, I think it'd be funny to be like, Hurricane Cheese is coming at you.
people are gonna take us super seriously.
That's very good.
I do feel like the name should get more intense the higher the category the hurricane.
Or each category goes
Yeah,
up.
each category
Yeah.
gets different names. So like, you know, if this one is what? Milton?
Milton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Milton. So like when it hits it, I think it didn't hit category
It already hit
5.
5.
It was like
It did.
4 and like
It
pushing
did. No,
5.
it's now 5, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it needs like a scarier M name. Like once it hits category 5, we should stop calling it Milton, which is like that's like a category 3 hurricane name.
Milton wrote Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
you
but
add
once it
titles
hits
to
5, it should be like Muldrotha or something. Like
Yeah. Or like Lord Milton or
Lord.
More- how
Hurricane
about Morgoth?
Lord Milton.
needs
How about
honorifics.
Morgoth?
Yeah,
There we
Morgoth.
go.
We're just named after
my-
Balrogs.
On my British side of my family, the my like grandfather, don't dox me. My grandfather's middle name was Mortain,
Mm.
which feels despicably
Hur-
evil.
Going to Google right now.
Lord
Honestly,
Mortain.
if they were like Hurricane Mortain is coming, I'd be like, see you later.
Fuck yeah.
The fuck
I'm
out of
gone.
this country, yeah. Anthony, what about you?
Of course, you know me. I would name it something unforgivably Italian. So probably like Hurricane Giancarlo or Hurricane
Nice.
Giacomo, something like that.
My company has
I love
2
that.
Italian restaurants directly in the path of the hurricane.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
We
I hope
just
everyone's okay.
finished all of our like prep or all of our like insurance stuff for Ian 4 years ago.
Nice.
Like they literally just closed the book on it like last week.
wow.
And then here comes another one.
Oops.
On a serious note, we do feel for everybody who is caught in that current weather event. I have the unfortunate situation of everybody I know that lives down there chose to be there,
Mhm.
like moved or is vacationing in Florida. Like they made that choice. They knew it's hurricane prone. I'm
Mhm.
shrugging right now.
Always, people can go and donate to like the American Red Cross. There's a lot of groups that help with hurricane relief.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people I know in Asheville, North Carolina. I know some friends there who definitely appreciate mutual aid relief. So if you can, we would encourage you to go. We can maybe try to find some links, but I feel like by the time we get this out, people will have already been way ahead of us. But
Hopefully.
yeah. Thanks everyone for.
Who would like to give us the recap of last session?
I will. I
Joe.
don't ever do it.
You don't.
Um,
Let's do it.
I would say the recap. We expertly navigated
Mhm.
our airship.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't roll like 2 nat ones.
Nope.
I would say we expertly landed it exactly where we wanted to in the middle of the desert.
Mhm.
And then we realized that something is incredibly wrong with this ash wasteland. So we ventured out anyway. Some of us taking very severe penalties.
Yeah.
And then we found an ash monster and whooped its ass up and down this desert.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you did.
And then
You saved all your crits for the battle and used none of them on the navigation.
yeah. This is a combat game, not a roleplay game.
My mistake.
And then we got rescued, flagged down. A man and like a clockwork machine, I think.
I unfortunately I did use the word contraption.
Yes.
You sure did say contraption.
It'll be. I'm living with it to this very day.
Yes, a contraption to get us through the desert. And we made it to like some kind of caravan, right?
Nope.
No? Okay, never mind. I made that up.
We were heading towards a camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the last shot of the finals or of the last session, we noticed that the like in the wheel, no, not on the wheel hub, but on like the chassis, it was engraved with the sigil of the metallurgist.
Yes.
Which I can put here for reference. It looks like this.
M for metallurgists.
M for metallurgists and nothing else.
And definitely
Nope.
not the Assassin's
Not
Creed
Assassin's
logo
Creed at
twice.
all.
Nope, definitely not.
Assassin's Creed logo.
That would be crazy. It's an M, Michael.
What do we know about the metallurgists?
Hey, that's a great question. I think that you as a party know that the metallurgists were responsible for creating the facsimile of the Emperor that is in your party. I think that you know that Vera has some beef with them in the past. And I think that might be it.
Okay.
Do any of you feel like you know any other tidbits about them?
Well, just as a question, are they a secret society, or are they known throughout the land as people who make, tinker, make things?
I would say that they are a shadowy organization. They are more like infamous than famous.
Okay.
That's right. They're not in the primer.
Nope, because they originated in Greg's 5x5.
Yeah.
I feel like we've definitely heard Vera talking in her sleep about them.
Yeah, I think there was a previous episode where I mentioned something about this, but at the end of the day, like I think they have renowned for like pushing the envelope when it comes to inventions and like concoctions, like scientific work, things like that. But there's
Contraptions, if you
definitely
will.
like a contraptions. But there's definitely an element of like their moral code is very, very ambiguous, and you kind of get the sense that it's like they'll do anything to make breakthroughs happen, which means exploiting people, especially non-human people, and like finding ways to kind of basically thinking the rules don't apply to them. So there's this kind of like how far are they willing to push it, which is where Vera's personal like backstory has come into being at odds with them.
Greg, remind me, were they the ones, as far as you know, were they the ones that made Cathar, or did you just get Cathar while you were in their captivity?
Yes, correct. So from my background,
That was
I
an
was
either-or question.
yes.
All
So
right,
in
good.
my
Yes, it was.
Do we get a
No,
flashback vignette?
I found Cathar in while I was captive
Okay,
with them.
got
I
it.
do not know its origin.
Got it. So I think let's start there. This big wheel just rolled up to your party. This fellow introduced himself as Aaron and invited you to come along with him in his contraption back to his people's encampment. And as you are looking to board the contraption, which you can't tell based on this purposefully confusing AI art, but it does have seats for all of you. You would notice that the chassis is emblazoned with the unmistakable sigil of the metallurgists. How would you, Vera, and I guess the rest of you also, how would you react to seeing this?
I think Vera's immediate like there's a flare of anger and of like I'm about to draw my scythe out right now and like take this over, but realizes that there's danger with having Sevi with us. And I think she goes over to Quinn and like pulls him aside and says, "Now would be a good time to use a disguise kit on our adopted son."
Well, I think I agree with you, and also, I think we should pay attention to how to move this thing in case we have to.
Yeah.
Guess we need to
I think like
pilot something very soon.
In case we need to. And he's gonna like wink at you.
I think Vera said this like as she's passing and she's walking towards Aaron and says, "Well, I have never seen such a beautiful, what did you call it, contraption before?"
Yes, it's
what-
not my favorite word, but it's we call it a contraption. Yes.
What I am just a simple girl from the country. I'm surely a strapping lad like you could tell me how Something so, what seems so heavy and complicated, could traverse across the sands with such ease.
Make some kind of a charisma roll.
Yeah, I could do a charisma
I
roll.
also rolled 19 for my disguise kit on Sevi.
We will address that momentarily.
Okay.
That's a save. Hold on.
That's a save.
That's
Roll
not what I
just
wanted.
yeah,
That's a 20.
great.
Much better.
Oh yes, my people. I'm still not fully trained on this particular unit, but my people found these, and they've been working very well for traversing the wastes.
You found them. Where would, why would somebody leave such a marvel just out in the sands? That's that. Where exactly? Where exactly did you find these?
I will take you there.
Oh, that would be just charming of you. And she like bats her eyelids at him and holds her hand up for him to like escort him into a seat on the contraption.
He does. He puts on a full chivalry roll and helps you in and makes sure that you're buckled in safely.
God, she loves a simp. It's great.
Manny, I don't think Vera's feeling very well. Did you hear what she was saying?
Yeah, she said. I feel like she must be sick.
I think the ashes are really getting to her.
This is funny because none of you probably have ever seen her act that
Be
way.
nice
Yeah.
to someone. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, I feel like
Good charm.
I feel like we definitely have put you in that position for like a grift before, but it's never been like when we're there. Like it's always like you
Yeah,
go do
never
this.
I feel like Manny would assume that that's just how Aaron wants to help people in, so he kind of like puts his hand out for Aaron to hold.
He helps you as well.
Not so chivalrous.
Very gentlemanly.
Can I make an where is it? Sorry. I'd like to see if he's being like genuine and honest.
Yeah, that
We
will be
did
an
before-
insight check, but I would like
Insight, yes, yeah.
before you do that, Joe, can you describe how you are how you're disguising Sebi?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for like what's Aang's having Pipslopalopagus? When in
Papadopoulos?
Papadopoulos. So I'm gonna make him look like an old man, with like long bushy beard, big bushy mustache.
Are we retconning this? Because otherwise, I feel like are we doing this in front of Aaron? Because that would be kind of.
I mean, I feel
Thing.
like there's a way to like in the back, he picked up 5 people. Stevie probably had his hood up to get like not be in the sand,
Sure.
and just
Might
like
be-
kind of butts with it. It's gonna
Might
be like
blinded
a
by Vera's beauty,
yeah, it'd be like a more simple,
A different kind of
disguise.
snake charmer.
but
Ooh.
but definitely like a little gray hair,
Okay.
and then like a bushy mustache.
Got it. Nick, do you want to roll insight for one
Yes,
eye?
yes, please. Great.
He appears genuine.
Okay. This guy seems pretty trustworthy. It's all aboard.
Sounds good to me.
We're already like half of us are already on board.
So as Aaron climbs into the seat, the driver's seat of the contraption, it's a very complicated looking device, and he like twists some knobs, pulls some levers. It's like a full bop it in the control seat. But soon you are smoothly coasting across the ash barrens of Karkaram. And
Sorry.
go ahead.
Aaron, some of us aren't feeling great. Do you know how to counteract the ash sickness that we all seem to be
Oh.
feeling?
Did you just arrive?
Yes.
It's terrible. Uh, there are certain certain things you can take to alleviate and to build up a resistance, and they are unfortunately incredibly hard to come by.
Makes sense.
The only one that I know of that is readily available is in one of and he points off toward the west, one of the citadels, and that's it can be a bit pricey.
I appreciate it. Should we expect this to get worse?
Yes.
Does just staying out of the open ash, does that slow it? I'm not feeling great. Looking for a little bit of guidance.
Sure. Yeah. Staying out of the elements is one way to combat it. Yes, but if you need to get around, you have to go out. It is pretty terrible. Many residents of those citadels spend their whole lives inside. They do not leave.
Thank you.
Can't say I blame him. Sucks out here.
It's, as you say, it sucks. So as you guys are coasting across this horrible scarlet wasteland, I'd like each of you to make a perception check.
Bad for me.
Bad, and
Bad. It's gonna be one of those nights.
I guess.
Why does it matter if we can just fight our
about
way
this-
out of everything?
Exactly.
Right.
Does Sevi see something?
Hard to
Do you have a
say.
character sheet for
Yeah,
Sevi?
can Sevi roll?
No.
What about Snips?
I spent all my prep time on lore. I still need to
no.
make a character sheet for Sebi.
Typical Anthony.
Thanks.
He rolled a 7, so probably not much better than anyone else. What about Snips? Can Snips give you the help action? Like,
Wanai,
I can't control him.
oh, you're right. He's not a
Wanai,
familiar.
I think that you think that you may have seen something like off toward the horizon, like maybe some kind of figure. Could have been ominous.
Guys, I'm getting a
but
weird
also-
feeling.
But also, it's probably nothing.
Getting a weird feeling
Cool.
about this place.
Now is what you're getting the weird
Just
feeling
now?
about. Why,
Yes,
my
now
guy?
now and then.
Ooh.
So Aaron takes you, rather than like to the northwest where you see the nearest citadel would be, he takes you to the directly west toward there's a ridge of mountains that makes up kind of the southern coast of Karkaram. And nestled into one of these mountains is a cave. And before that cave, you can see there are some buildings that have been erected. This shitty AI art doesn't really look like what I wanted it to look like, but it does extend back like into the cave and out of the harsher, grosser elements.
This is kind of like the like those like the kind of buildings that are like carved into like a cliffside in like, you know what I'm talking about? What are those called?
Like the Anasazi people.
Yes, I think so. Is it kind of like that? The cliff
No,
dwellings, yeah.
no. This is clearly like a built structure out of like wood and common
Mm.
building materials, but
Okay.
it goes into the cave.
Okay.
I will move you then to the inside. So inside is it's full of all kinds of like trinkets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very crowded. You can see all kinds of dare I say, doodads on the tables that look
Mm.
like they're being investigated by some of the other people. Aaron is there to greet you and welcome you in. This place looks like it would be creepy, like if it were if all the lights were off and like nobody was here. But it's bustling with activity. You can see folks that are clearly part of Aaron's group are scurrying about and preparing stuff for other expeditions, or they are researching these artifacts that they've found. It's just a buzz with activity. And Aaron welcomes you inside.
Are there any gems around? Gemstones?
Make a perception check.
12?
You can see maybe one or two gemstones. They look like they are all either like affixed to artifacts, or they're like in sort of like devices to be examined.
Okay.
There aren't loose gemstones around.
Where's worth a shot? I need like 50 gold worth of gemstone. Not that much.
That's right. That's right.
That's it. I'm like,
I am going to kind of Quinn's going to kind of fall back from the party a little bit, and I would like to put the sapphire eyes. I want to fit them into the owl mask. It's like two things I got from the first dungeon. I want to like put them together.
Okay.
And just kind of like do that while everyone else is doing, their thing.
Do you have some kind of a toolkit or any kind of skill that you would want to use to do that?
Is it something I can use a forgery kit for?
No, that's like forging signatures and documents.
Then no. Just like pushing it in and
It's just raw dogging it, dude.
Yeah.
Just putting them in there.
Given the situation and your current position and your gang's heat level, of course, I'll have you just make you can roll a skill you can justify, but it's going to be a pretty difficult check.
Okay, I do have a thieves tools kit, but that doesn't seem relevant either.
No.
Okay. So the purpose of this is for deception. So I would like to roll deception.
But in affixing the eyes, you are not deceiving anybody. The mask would deceive people.
There aren't a lot of skills relevant to crafting.
Yeah, it's probably like a dex, just a dex.
Like a dex check?
Yeah.
Sure. $24.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah.
You do it, Joe.
Great. Yeah, so it's gonna take me a sec to do it, so I won't.
Okay. Welcome to our humble home. We call ourselves the Ash Riders. It is a simple living, but we make do. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Much nicer than being out there, for sure.
Do we
May I-
know?
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I'm
Greg.
sorry. Finish your thing.
He is going to ask what brings you to this land. Clearly, you are not from around here.
This is going to be part of my question, so this is good timing. Would we know what the population makeup of this island is? Like, are there other like demigods? Are there other like, or are they all just primarily humanoids? Like, how common would a group of beast folk be?
Sure. They Harangon are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So
Got that network.
yeah, there are network outposts or network contacts in every citadel. It's mostly human. there are some elves, there are some giants and half giants,
Okay.
and there are some a little bit more rare but more common than like minotaurs or turtles.
Okay.
There are some of the more some of the witch races. So
Okay.
any of the snake folk type races like Gorgons or Yuan-Ti.
Could be around. Yeah, so it's we definitely stick out, but it's not like never heard of that there could be some of these races in this kingdom.
Correct. Yeah, I would
Okay.
say Manny and when I stick out more than you and Quinn do.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
We're also
Um,
not dressed like we're from here too. We're
Correct.
good.
That's probably the main, because he's polite. That's probably the main thing that Aaron would be noting, is that like you're not
Yeah,
dressed for
yeah,
this
yeah.
horrible poison wasteland.
Yeah.
this is more of a broad question, but that reminded me of it. So we haven't established it in fiction yet, but in this world, all of the gods are like physical beings that walk around.
Yes.
Is that something that like gets reported on? Like, do we generally know where they physically are? Or are they like not, is the world like sparsely populated, not, then they're not large enough for like people to know?
Great question. They are large enough that you would notice, but not like you can't see a god the continent over.
Yeah,
Like, they're not that big.
yeah.
I think that they would get reported on a little bit, but they also probably tend toward more secluded areas and prefer. Well, I guess not all of them, but a lot of them prefer solitude or the company of their descendant beings.
Okay. So like would we know if there are any on this continent or like that frequent this continent?
Sure. Uh, you would know that no, none of them frequent this continent.
Okay.
This place sucks.
It was just
Nobody
it
likes
was
it
something
here.
that like I've meant to ask
That's
it like
that's a
4
good
times.
question.
It's a great question.
And also
Yeah,
we've never established what they are in this world.
correct. Yep. They have a
Um,
corporeal being. They are large.
Well, Joe, we probably have
They-
to be level 10 before we kill one. So
That's true. I
I'm
would like
not
to
pulling
hold,
punches in that fight.
I would like to cast hold person on a god.
It doesn't work. They're not a person.
I think to the question that Aaron asked us, Vera kind of steps in and says, "Well, I am a missionary from my enclave in Ariabis, and I have hired these strapping men, or I guess folk. I've these strapping folk, and I point to Wanai and to Manny, and
we're also men,
this consult
sort
and
of.
this con- and this consultant, and she points to Quinn, to establish aid and a trading post for our enclave, which has fallen upon hard times, and we of course need the beefy boys to transport goods to and fro so that they don't get pilfered along the way. But our ship went down in the desert, so you are correct. We are not from this area.
I was going to say, if you're coming from Arayabas, you are on the wrong side of the island.
Don't I know it? And then
Can you roll a deception check, please?
yeah.
Can I give him the help action or give
Sure.
give Vera the help action? He's going to be
Yeah.
like, "Well, you see, I was navigating. We were on our way from here to here, and like I'm going to give like a little bit more details.
Is it advantage or what?
Yeah,
is
it
that?
gives you advantage. I actually don't
Yep.
even need to roll.
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it
Didn't
at all.
need it.
Didn't need it.
Rushed it.
Yeah. Yeah, he believes you. That is wonderful. Did your ship have building supply? I haven't heard anything about a trading post or really any buildings outside of our outpost and the citadels, of course.
Do we know what? I mean, I presumably know this as a character. I do not know this as a player. What is the capital of Erebus? Because it's like it's a collection of islands, right? Like Paris is an island.
Yeah. Asking the tough questions.
Good thing you spent your whole time on lore.
It's not this lore.
Trisalis would be the capital of Erebus, as I can see in the primer right here.
Trisalis.
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 I'll put it in the chat.
Great. Thank you. And remind me again, the city we just came from was
Nibelus.
Nibelus and Trisalis. Great. We have just come from Nibelus, where we have received a positive. We've received acceptance from the city to establish a direct trading route between Trisalis and Nibelus. So we are on our way to share the good news and start the trade of goods and of missionary work. So that is why we are going back. We have no building materials. We are starting with the people from Erebus first.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the purpose of your mission? What do you believe?
I think this is where she's gonna risk it a little bit more for the biscuit.
For the proverbial
and
biscuit?
For the proverbial biscuit, because he's a snack, and he is.
Oh, yeah.
She says, "The sisters of my coven and I, and of many covens on Erebus, believe that there needs to be a more equal standing for the folk of the beast races across the entire kingdoms, and we proselytize that message across all other kingdoms as well." And I think she kind of leaves it hanging to see what his response to that is.
That is wonderful. Do you have a particular god you are devoted to? Is it Kobura?
Do I look Koboran?
Yes.
My mom always liked to say, "You weren't Kaborin yesterday."
Honestly, if Manny says that, that's honestly very good. Yeah, I mean, I think
For the listeners, Kobura the Deceiver is the god
Yeah,
of
yeah,
cunning,
yeah.
god of the snake.
Yeah. Yes, I think she like lowers her hood, and like her hair like fans out, and you see kind of her snakes like in a very like mesmerizing, almost like snake charmer kind of dance, and she says, "You got it in one."
Well, that is excellent. Is there anything that my group can help you with? It is we are a limited enclave here, but happy to help passers-by. They're very few and far between, as you can imagine.
We always take donations.
Not what I meant. Not what I meant.
Oh, for the church.
It's so funny.
For the children.
Yeah, Manny, go ahead.
Well, that's it. Not to make a choice here, but like, did we want to ask them if they've seen any eggs around?
Go ahead. Do. Whatever.
Yeah, this is kind of a side thing, but we received word in Nibelus that there were a clutch of turtle eggs, like a whole mess of them, were brought here and lost track of. Have you heard anything? Seen any signs of turtle younglings and Capadra? I don't know if you know about Capadra. They have like water heads, like it's like a bowl, I think.
Brought here
Yeah,
to this
Karkrin.
enclave? Oh, the
No,
continent.
no, sorry. The whole continent. I know it's a big place, but it's like we're just trying to narrow.
We we did
if we
wind
couldn't
up
find
here by
anything.
accident.
On our mission with
Well, no,
Vera.
this is on the way. Yeah. But it's like we are already established we're concerned of the beast folk well-being,
True.
and that was
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
up. So I
Yep.
think it's tracks.
Hey, your story checks out. No, but of course I have a limited scouting run myself, but I can certainly ask around. To my knowledge, though, no, I have not heard of such a thing.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you hear anything, please let us know. Just because we're concerned about the well-being of these children.
Of course.
Can I make an insight check on that response?
Sure.
I feel like when I
This
would
guy is
also be,
so nice and so
I'd be very
straightforward.
curious
15.
about his response in that to that specific line of questioning too.
Yeah, so what are you looking to discern, Joe?
If he's telling the truth,
Oh, that was Nick.
it was both of
Oh,
us. But
He
Yes,
is.
if he is telling the truth, yeah.
Yep.
Just a good dude, guys.
Not too hard on the eyes either.
You're muted, Greg. But I think you mouthed a snack.
Yeah, I said, yeah, he is snack.
Yeah.
He a snack.
I think Vera turns to Aaron and says, "Will any of your members be making a journey to the Citadel in the coming days? We to continue our business and perhaps get provisions would love to be able to come along with you, as you know how to navigate the wastes."
We specifically do not go to the citadels. We try to avoid them at all costs, which is why we don't live there. We have several enclaves such as these throughout the continent, but if you need a lift, I can take you as far as the White Road. Otherwise, no.
Is the White
Are
Road
you-
the big path between all that connects all the citadels?
Yes.
Are you unwelcome at the Citadels? Why do you not go there?
The citadels and our group don't exactly see eye to eye.
Why not?
Our group prioritizes an equal share of everything amongst our residents, and you will find in the citadels that is not how resources and privileges and power are distributed.
well, now I gotta ask, if everyone has an equal share, how do you decide who the leader is? The leader's who makes the decisions. That's usually
Well, you can always have a rotating system of government.
We
A frequent
all-
electoral. Sorry.
We all voted and we chose our leader. Everyone has a say.
when they're not more wealthy than anyone else.
It's like they don't loan land.
Tell me about your holdings.
Well, that seems very noble of you guys. But can I say, what are you guys doing?
He kind of pokes over and he's looking at them like, because it seems like they're collecting these rare artifacts and like studying them. Like,
Yeah.
Doodads and whatnot?
what are these doodads that you've collected?
As I'm sure you saw from the outside, we've established our enclave in this cave, and the cave had previous inhabitants, some sort of group that was interested in technologies and various artifices, and we're investigating what they left behind.
Have you learned anything?
We learned how to use the contraption that I brought you here on.
Can I
There
roll
is a this is only one of the smaller ones. There's a much larger I think it was a former outpost toward the middle of the continent that we stay away from, but is certainly enticing.
Is it more dangerous? Is there something there?
It seems that the Ash Lords of the Citadel near there are drawn to it. They seem to protect it.
Well,
Does
Can
one of you
I-
recognize anything in this space? Any of these things? Do they look like they could be helpful, or have I seen them on anybody else anywhere else ever?
Hmm.
Or is it all just completely foreign material and bits and bobs type stuff?
Make an investigation check.
Strong stat of mine.
That's
Greek
Can
to
I
you.
have given him the help
Okay.
action?
That's not how the help action works.
it is in combat.
Can I see if I know what group of people he's talking about
Sure.
with history?
Yeah.
Wow. A strong 8.
Can I give him the help action?
Yeah, but you have to make a deception to do it covertly, like you're sticking
God.
jewels into a mask.
Can I just check really quick? Ash Lords, is that what we fought? Was it an Ash Lord?
No,
I gotta ask him. Oh.
Sorry, what's an Ash Lord?
the Ash Lords, the dwellers of the pinnacles, they rule the citadels. 8 Ash Lords for
Oh.
8 citadels.
Okay.
And he looks to Vera, and you might have your work cut out for you with your mission, because almost everybody who lives in the citadel looks up to them as though they are gods.
Well, under more fortuitous times, we would be flying over this land between the two cities that we hope to establish as a trading post. So that would normally not be the case, but it seems our luck has run out, and we may find some disagreements here. But thank you for your guidance and kind words.
Of course.
Sorry, just while we're here, can I also make a check to kind of try to assess out how old these caves are, and like maybe it's some sort of nature check just to kind of like gauge like the two pieces, how long ago I feel like they were kind of created, and maybe how long ago they feel like they were abandoned.
Sure.
7. So
Oh
never mind.
my.
On a 7, I will tell you that the cave does look like it was naturally occurring. Doesn't look like it was blasted. But as far as the other questions, can't say.
Hey, Aaron, this is a little off topic, but this is something I picked up along my travels, and I was wondering if you think it's worth anything when I pull out my owl mask with the sapphire eyes.
Okay.
Make a deception check.
Do I get advantage because I did so well on my crafting check?
I will give you a +2.
17.
This is a very nice mask, but I don't. We do not work in system of gold. Only trade. I can't offer you much for it.
Do you think it would have any use at all? I was thinking maybe like, if you're on one of those contraptions, maybe you would keep the sand out of your eyes or something.
They have like goggles and masks.
Okay, so they are wearing things on their faces. Like I didn't know that. Do you guys have any spare
He wears like goggles and masks when he's on the contraption to keep the ash out of his face when moving at speed.
Oh, okay. They're not wearing them inside at all times, kind of thing.
It's not like a respirator or anything.
It's not Dune. We're not in Dune.
We're not in Dune.
Okay.
Everyone, this isn't Dune. It's a different thing.
There have been 0 worms, so yeah,
True, but there's been a lot of dust.
it's true.
A lot of dust, yeah.
Well,
So Timothy Chalamet shows up, and
Yeah.
I have a coworker who looks exactly like him. It's uncanny. Anyway,
wow.
Well, Vera, I think we should head out. Does anybody?
Well, I was actually gonna say because it's like if we've, depending on what time of day it is, we may be better off asking to stay overnight,
Yeah.
right, and then
You're
head out
probably right.
in the morning. But it sounds like the only real thing we have is the potential of getting to the road. And again, we really don't know anything about these citadels. We were just kind of gonna show up at one, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the right thing to do would be like get our bearings, maybe ask him and figure out if it makes sense to go for one citadel over another. But the problem I feel like we're running into a little bit here is that it doesn't seem like this was like this weird deal that occurred here with the eggs really was anything through an official channel. We didn't even see a citadel in that image,
Nope.
right? In that vision.
We just saw the waste.
Yeah, we don't have like we have no bearing fundamentally, right, Anthony?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Is there any citadels that
That a deal
more-
occurred near.
are more open to? Are there any citadels that are more open to receiving visitors?
Yeah,
And
or
conversely,
maybe
are there any that should be avoided?
Yeah, are known to have connections with other continents and groups.
I would stay away from Cardiran. That is probably the most violent citadel. But for the most part, all of the citadels are quite welcoming. It's merely a philosophical difference with our group and those who live in the citadels.
So we have a vague map of all the citadels, but no names. Can you tell us which one that one is?
That is third in from the west coast.
West Coast. Okay.
It is the one that is nearest to the large outposts that we haven't been able to explore.
I'm feeling pretty good about that one, guy.
I feel like we should look into that.
Take us to the violent one.
Is
I sense a dungeon.
what time of day is it?
It is probably late afternoon.
Do you think we might be able to? I'd hate to impose any more, but do you think we could spend the night here?
We can. He checks with one of the folks that's passing by. We can spare space for one night. Yes.
And then is there any way you can help us move through the desert afterwards tomorrow, or
You said you could drop us off.
just a long walk?
He can take you to the road,
Oh,
or
okay.
I mean, you can ask him to go to other locations, but he will not take you to any of the citadels.
Okay.
Cool. One final thing, Aaron. Do you happen? I can make a mean stew if you've got maybe some mushrooms lying around or some ingredients. I could sure help out and cook for all.
We have been able to cultivate certain strains of mushrooms, and that would be quite welcome.
He's a good cook.
I'll break
And he
out.
brings his own pot.
I break out the pot. Yeah, take it off my head.
Off his own.
Yeah. Do you guys want to crowd around the fire and
Make camp essentially.
Make camp essentially.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
I think that makes sense. And I maybe just like as a sort of passive activity, like if there's anything we can glean more about the metallurgist while we're here would be probably good, since we're in like a former metallurgist space.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was sort of leaving that all up to Greg and Vera, because I don't think Wanai has any clue what that symbol meant,
No, neither would
or
Manny.
any of these doodads and contraptions. None of it is.
Manny
It's
would
all
be
completely
curious more
foreign.
than anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
I think you guys can make another investigation check if you'd like, but I will say on the whole, this looks like it was a pretty small and I don't want to say new, but like it looks like they were like trying to build this as like another outpost. The metallurgists were,
Mhm.
and their operation kind of got interrupted halfway through. So there's not as much here as you would like as far as like an information gathering outpost.
How has Sevi responded to any of this?
Oh.
Politely,
Okay.
With decorum.
with decorum, of course. Yeah, I think he's just taking it all in. He accepts a cup of soup and is yeah, he's polite and quiet and hanging out with Snips.
Yeah, so I'd definitely like to make fancy soup. Um,
Okay.
I don't remember the roll.
I think it's survival.
And does my magical cauldron 14?
Yep.
To do something.
Yeah, you make a good soup. It's going to give your team the temporary hit points.
It was 5.
Yep. And yeah, do you guys have any other questions for Aaron while you're on the fire? I think he's got like you know, he's happy to tell you like stories or
Tell us a story, please, Aaron. I need to sleep.
some of the lore of the land that you're unfamiliar with if you're
Yeah.
interested in, but like he'll answer your
I-
questions as well.
I might have missed this in our initial conversation. I know he said that there's like other of these kinds of outposts across the land. Does he know how? Is there a way for people to locate them if you know where the location of one is? Meaning, is there like a map, or are there ways to communicate between those? Have they found a way to basically know where the other locations of these specific things are?
Sure. They have a map of their locations, but the communication between them is pretty much just like sending messengers and runners on their contraptions
Right.
to and
Yeah.
from. They don't have Vadric style sending stones.
Yeah, I think she would ask him if they could create like a rubbing of that map, or like if there's any way for her to write down or copy like the locations of other of these um, enclaves.
Sure. Let's go to the world map and I'll illustrate where we are.
Nice.
So you're still pretty roughly where the ship is,
Yeah.
probably closer to the south. There is one here, up on this
Mhm.
kind of nodule. There is one here, right where that leg starts. And there is one here.
If I just do a little drawing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Can you show that last one? This is fairly accurate, Anthony.
Yep, nailed it.
Awesome. Cool. And then I think she says, I must admit I'm slightly ignorant of the ways of the of Kakram. What is the history of how the 8 rulers came to be, the 8 citadels? Is there a mythology or a written history that we can read and educate ourselves with?
Not written, no, but we're. And he kind of looks around. We're a little short on books, unfortunately, but I can tell you the story, of course. We have oral traditions passed down from our elders. Of course, you know how Kakram came to be like this, Um, and in the aftermath of that event, where most of us grew weaker, as I'm sure you're feeling the effects of the ash and the sort of poison that it carries, the magical essence that drains you. It seemed that several beings, the 8 Ash Lords, only grew stronger because of it. They imbued their bodies with it and became incredibly powerful. So it is a might makes right sort of government there.
Yes, I could see how there might be some conflicting ideals at play in where I come from and the laws of this land. I thank you for your stories.
But of course.
I think Vera's good to kind of retire for the evening, but I'll kind of leave it to the others if there's anything they want.
Maybe in the interest of the story, we could say that like we spend time talking to him, and if there's a question we have that comes up later, Anthony, we can say like, oh, like maybe this came up in our conversation with Aaron. Not to make it like too much of a catch-all, but just so it like can move.
Yeah, within reason. That's fine.
I have one last question. Are the metallurgists only on this continent?
No.
Okay. It's just those are the ones that he has in contact with.
Those are the.
Wasn't that where
What
you
do you mean he has?
weren't
What do
the
you mean that he has a contact with?
weren't the X's on the map?
No, those are the other enclaves.
Oh,
The Ash
Yeah,
Riders.
those are the Ash Rider enclaves.
which might be in other metallurgist camps or bases. We don't know.
Okay.
But and we know there's a big metallurgist cave structure. It seems by the violent Ash
Okay.
Lord.
Okay.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Let me bring you back to that.
I
That
misunderstood.
One
I thought those were metallurgist.
I'll bring this one up to the map layer. That's where the big outpost is supposedly located.
Does that line up
right
with
there.
one of our mask X's?
You'll have to check.
I don't think we saw any at this point on Karkram.
Open the sextant.
Yeah, we don't have any, and we've opened all of our sextants, I believe. Unfortunately.
You don't have any sextants lying around.
Yeah.
You
You found any sextants?
that you've found in your.
Unfortunately, no. We have our own, but none that we found here.
You see, we're somewhat of collectors. I think Vera's good. I think
3?
Vera's good to maybe have like a squad meetup over a campfire or something. But whatever y'all want to do is good.
I have no further questions for him.
Yeah, I think we kind of move away a little bit, get some privacy.
Sure.
Did he? Oh, just one question. Did he ever say the name metallurgist, or does he not seem to be know who created this stuff?
He did not say the name metallurgist.
Oh, then I have a different question.
Okay.
Well, he's here.
Have you heard of the metallurgist?
No, it's just I was gonna ask this question, and then it seemed like Greg kind of covered it. But
Yeah.
if with that piece of information, I don't think that's true. Aaron, I noticed that there's this symbol everywhere. Is that the symbol of your people or what?
No, we think that is the group who built these outposts and enclaves throughout the continent. They seem very interested in technology and experiments and putting their own symbol on their various works.
Branding's important.
It truly is.
Interesting. All right.
But they make fine wares. The contraption I've ridden on has been out in the ash for days at a time, has never broken down, never needed maintenance. It is a fine machine.
Outside of the one that's very protected, is there any other, like, is this symbol anywhere else around here?
We have found other small places such as this, but none so large as that one.
Okay. I think that's it.
Okay. Now back to the squad meeting.
So, we're headed right for this the violent one, right? I don't.
Well, I mean, I am curious. It feels maybe like we should get an understanding of one of these citadels, just so we kind of have a better idea of what we're getting into. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Vera, you've mentioned this before, but do you think there's something could be there that would be helpful for us to go? It seems risky. To the outpost, I mean, or the with the violent Ash Lord group.
Well, I don't want to assume the worst, but in my experience, if the young of a beast folk, demigod, what do we call our races, I guess, collectively? Did we talk
Demigods.
about this?
The Nobelis.
Demigods.
Oh yeah.
Demigods.
If the young of a demigod race were to be used by the metallurgists to further their research, that could be why the eggs had been brought to this land in the first place, which would mean that would probably be where they would be going. So I don't know how you feel, Manny, but I feel like maybe saving innocent children could be beneficial, but...
Well, okay,
That's
that
my
was a
thing.
really shitty way to say that. 'Cause, you know...
No, it just seems like you don't care, but that's okay. I'm not.
Wow.
I mean,
You are sick?
Yeah, I mean,
no
we
judgment though.
we could faff about and visit each one by one, or we could go to the one where they're probably at.
You know I love speedrunning a dungeon, so...
I do think you get the sense, though, that, like, I mean, I Gregory, am playing. I do think you get the sense that Vera is a little bit prickly, though, and is more so than usual. And,
Generally,
like,
yes.
yeah. She's usually more scaly, but
Mm.
tonight she's a little more prickly.
You didn't
I
know
think
there was a porcupine demigod.
Wasn't so prickly
Wow.
around Aaron. It was all
No,
fluttering
I was
eyelashes.
I was smooth for him. Can I go and kind of? I think at the end of that exchange, Veer says, We've had a long day. I'm going to retire. I will see you in the morning." And I think she's gonna go and kind of like wrap herself in her cloak and go into a little alcove somewhere and try to get some sleep.
Okay.
But wink, she's not going to sleep yet, Anthony.
What?
I know. But she's going to extricate herself a little bit from the group.
I have been deceived.
Manny would
Okay.
actually just go to sleep.
Same with when I.
I imagine Manny like a dog, like goes around 3 times in a circle and then just flumps, like immediately upon the 3rd rotation, like just passes out.
Amazing.
I'd like to try to commune with Cathar.
Okay.
And I think Vera's going to call out to him and say, Cathar, I need your power more than I ever have before. Speak to me.
So
In
I
my mind, he
haven't.
does sound like Gilbert Gottfried. So
Well, so
that's good.
I was gonna go for Patrick Warburton, and that's
Yeah.
not the vibe.
Give me a
I-
Werner Herzog site.
Listen to me, Vera. You have to go. It is so
I don't think
important
we've.
that you go.
I think this is a question. I mean, we can talk about this separately. I don't know we've ever established. We've established that she talks to Cathar and she feels like the group knows she communicates with him. But I don't think we've established whether or not he speaks to her as like a talking,
Yeah, that hasn't
or
been
whether it's
come
like
up yet, has it?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
can.
that every time this has come up, you have mentioned we can talk about this separately, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Fuck
Is
yeah.
what's going to happen. Cathar has not spoken with you directly, other than like occasionally it will give you like a vibe that is like
Right.
strong enough that you know it is originating from the scythe.
Right.
But you haven't heard a voice from Cathar before today, because when you commune with Cathar, you hear a voice in your mind, and it says, and I have to choose a voice now for this scythe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably just gonna fucking default to one of my stock voices. So here that goes.
Joe's anime voice. Let's go.
No.
You can do it.
You have returned to the origin.
I think
What
Vera's.
has brought you here?
I think this is like a kind of transcendental experience for Vera, who like this is a like a revelation.
Yeah.
And says, I always knew that there was a furthering of your power that was possible. I've come here because I seek my revenge, and I need your help to do it.
That is help I can offer.
You may have answered my question already, but I feel closer than I've ever felt to finding those who are responsible. I aim to go deeper into the caliphate. Is that where I should go?
There are answers that you seek here in this waste.
I think she. I think Vera to this like single tear like comes down on her cheek, and I think she wraps herself around Cathar like a body pillow, and I think she like whispers for the rest of the night like in conversation with him as she like drifts off to sleep.
I like that image, but something that happens in this communique. I think that you might be able to talk with Cathar a little bit more before you drift off to sleep.
Sure, yeah.
But before you fall fully asleep, you hear in the same way that you've been conversing with your packed weapon just now. Just before you fall asleep, you hear, and it almost jolts you awake. You can't tell if this was real or if you had like just drifted off to sleep and this is like the start of a dream. But you think that you hear a second voice that says, and while you're here, you could also kill one of the Ash Lords.
I think that she hears that as like, to your point, like it's not clear if that's real, if that's imagined, but like I think that's the thing that like sets her to sleep. She kind of like smiles and shrugs. She's like a "Hmm, nice dream. Uh,
Good.
and out of consciousness.
Oh no. Internet problems.
For me,
Please hold.
Magnetic storm, right? That's like going over North America right now. That's why people can see the aurora
Oh, I wonder if that's
borealis.
could be
I
affecting
did
us.
not hear that. I believe you though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are able to see it with the naked eye outside their
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah,
Cool.
my parents can see it
Um,
this night picture. It's very cool.
Anyways, that was the end. Anyways, if you all heard me go to sleep, then that was the right time for an interruption to happen.
I was
Never
gonna
show
ask
an
to-
Ash Lord.
Can I
Can you
make
say like the
perception to-
very last couple sentences again?
Did you hear everything Anthony said?
I got up to the point where like you're drifting off to sleep. There was a second voice that you could kill one of the Ash Lords.
Yeah.
And you thought,
Yeah,
okay,
and
like
then
that's a nice idea.
From there, yeah, Vera just kind of like chuckles to herself, almost like she's already in a dream, and she's like, "That's a nice dream," and then like passes out at that point.
Anything else before the end of the night?
I was just gonna see if I can make a perception if I heard any of that.
Oh, sure.
Even vaguely heard the second, the other voice.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I just-
No, you didn't hear any of it. Well, I mean, you. On a 9.
I don't necessarily want to make anything out, or understand
Yeah.
anything. Just if I heard voices.
I think with a 9, you would have heard Vera talking to her scythe.
Okay.
Very in hushed tones. You couldn't make out anything.
just a standard night with Vera.
Yeah,
right.
It's not uncommon.
He's like, "Oh,
Spooky-
good, she's healthy. She's doing the same thing she
She's
always
doing
does."
okay.
I hope she
yeah.
wakes up on the right
Oh,
side of the
good.
scythe tomorrow.
She's back to her spooky witch girl shit. Excellent. Evening passes. You guys are back to
Yep.
your reduced full whatever you have. If you have minuses on your HP,
Well, we got 5 temporary hit points, right?
Yep.
right? But some of you have reduced max HP.
Right. So you're saying we're back to full health, but it's the full, not regaining the lost total. Yes.
Not
correct.
me. I lost strength.
I lost charisma.
Yeah. Fine. We'll get to do it again as soon as we go back out into it. I'm sure.
Hard to say.
Hard to say until we do it.
When you guys wake up, Aaron is already awake and dressed. He is probably part of the 5 a.m. club. He's very chipper about it.
God, they're
This
morning
fucking
people.
I think he's still feeling good after the soup from last night. He hasn't had a meal that good in probably months.
Hell yeah.
So he's feeling great.
It's called salt. You just gotta put it on everything.
It's MSG.
MSG. you take seaweed and
So where can I take you, fine folk?
how close can you get us to you had a number. It was like the 5th.
There was the third one
citadel?
from the west.
Third.
Yeah.
Third from the
Oh
west.
yeah. You remember that place you told us definitely not to go? How close can we get?
You want to go to Cardieran?
We have a good feeling that actually there may be something there for our mission.
That's a weird good feeling.
Well, yeah, kind of bad feeling, I guess, but
It's a feeling.
it's called a calling, you know.
Yes. So I can take you. Actually, let me open up the little handout I gave you guys.
Higher?
Nope.
Can you take me high?
I can
To
take
a
you-
place.
Nope.
What
I
part?
can take you. I can take you about. And he has like a map of all the like a map like your handout.
Mhm.
I can take you about here. So you'll
Where are you
Is it
pointing?
the blue guitar pick?
yeah, just
Oh,
above the
there you
blue
go.
guitar pick. What?
Actually, are you at the landmark map or the main map?
We can't see him click on the handout
Right. I'm pointing on the
world map.
map on the game board. You can take it here. The outpost is here.
Unfortunately, when you say here,
Nothing
it's
is
not
showing
showing
up.
anything.
I am pinging. Are you not seeing my
No,
ping?
I
Don't
saw
see the
one
pings.
ping before. Now I'm seeing no pings. I see that
Oh.
ping.
That was my
Nick's
ping.
Nick's ping. This is mine.
I don't see Anthony's pings.
I'm gonna refresh then. How
Yeah, there's a lot of
incredibly-
stuff like you're going here. We're like, okay.
I don't want to. I
Nice.
don't want to be self inflationary, but I feel like my pings are kind of the most important ones.
I'd say probably.
You can focus ping us, and that might help.
Can you see
I
it now,
see-
Michael?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where he can take you.
Okay.
This
That's
is
pretty
the
good.
outpost, and then the
Mhm.
citadel is about here.
Okay.
So it kind of takes you to a proverbial fork in the road.
Okay. Between the citadel and the outpost. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, I mean, I think that's a pretty good option. If that is where we feel these eggs are gonna be.
And
I will warn you,
coincidentally,
it will take about 2 days to get there. Even
may
with
not be
the
this may not be a coincidence, guys, but there's something in that area that we might be looking for as well.
What?
That's what that X is?
No,
Yes,
there's
the
no,
eggs,
there
the
is no
eggs.
Sorry, what you're saying?
No,
We've already established that we do not have a mask in Kark Room. There's that X there is just the outpost.
Ah, okay.
there isn't a mask location
As we
that
know of. Yes.
you have located.
Gotcha. Okay, different X. Okay.
Anything else before we go?
Is it
I
2
don't
days?
I think so.
2 days.
Not
Yeah,
that
I
I
think
can
so.
think of.
Okay, so we go for it.
Okay. He's gonna I'll take you back here actually. Well, I'm very zoomed in. All right. So when you guys come outside, make a Constitution save.
I'm
That's one thing I will not be lowering.
gonna burn my inspiration.
Oh,
15.
Oop,
Nat
I'm
20.
using it. I'm using an inspiration.
19.
23.
All right. So, wait, Nick, why did you roll twice?
I used my inspiration,
He announced it after, so he rolled again.
and then I re-rolled.
I see.
Look at this first.
So
one.
everybody makes it. So it's just an
Hit
HP.
point.
Greg on a crit. I think you're fine.
Cool.
Hmm.
All
I
right, yeah,
think
it's because I'm seething with revenge now, so I'm
Mm.
powered up.
It's one
Uh,
max HP lost, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yep. I cannot give you a certain reason, but you are fine, Vera.
Cool. Yep. It's because I rolled well.
Well, mechanically, yes,
Uh-oh.
it is.
Yes.
Let's say Snips only rolled an 8.
Oh no, Snips.
Yeah,
If Snips just dies of exposure, that's gonna be the saddest shit
Truly.
ever.
Do it for him. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna make a quick page on the fly. Thought we were going to be doing something else. But that's
Oops.
fine. No, it's good.
Depending on if you need time to prepare.
Yeah, if you want to railroad us, we'll go. We can make a pit
no,
stop.
I don't. This is good. I should have thought of this. That's on me.
That's railroad,
Got
not
that one already.
derogatory.
Railroad parentheses good.
Railroad parentheses good. Having direction is not railroad. So-
True.
Agreed. And I'm trying to give you guys direction, but
No, you are.
I also like the way. I also like what you guys have figured out.
Was there a
I'm
direction
just-
that we missed?
No, you want? I would say west.
Okay.
I'm just bringing this up for flavor. We got some more of these red ass dunes.
Oh, there's
Uh,
trees? Or
There's
is
a
that just the
mirage.
AI?
Yes, there are trees, but ignore the green parts.
Okay.
As you are driving through the red wastes, I'd like you to make another perception check.
I'm
All
sure
of
this
us?
would go well. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Thank
Funny.
you.
Vera, with your special angry eyes,
My special eyes.
similar to
Vera, what do your Gorgon eyes see?
I think everybody else has kind of the same impression that Wanai had last time, where like they think they kind of see something off in the distance, but they're not really sure what it is or if it's even real. And Vera, you have the mad rage focus going on right now, and like you know everything that you see is real. And in the far distance, you do see a figure. I'll make it a little bit bigger.
Oh.
But it looks similar to those beings of ash that you fought. But it looks more corporeal, more substantial, more solid and well defined. But it's way off in the distance, and it looks like it's just kind of watching you.
Okay. Do I get the sense as we walk that it's keeping the same distance, or is it staying put, or is it like gaining? Like, is it moving with us, or is it just watching?
You are not walking.
Yeah, we're in the contraption.
But I mean, it's like does
As
the
we
thing like
travel.
throughout like the hours? Does it seem to be like it pops up in other places, or
That's a good question. I will have you specifically, Greg. Can you make another perception check?
Yep. Saw it once, never saw it again.
On a 6, it does appear to be kind of dancing around.
Okay. Cool.
Like it's doing the
I think
gritty or
Dude
what?
says-
He sees it here, and then he like looks away and talks with one of you about something, and then it's here,
Okay.
and then it's here, and then it's here.
Yeah.
And I think,
think Vera-
at that point you're able to point it out to the others, and you can all kind of see this strange form appearing.
hey,
Like, sorry, just one. You say it's way off in the distance. Is it like substantially larger than the one we previous ran into that looked similar, or is it just that I can just notice that it's far in the distance, but it's not like a giant in comparison?
our giants?
It is far in the distance. It is larger, but I don't think it's substantially larger. I think you're just able to make it out for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure we weren't talking about like a colossus or something. That I'm okay. Yeah. Okay. Avira just like points it out to the others and says, "I am of the opinion that it will leave us alone if we leave it alone."
You know what that is, Aaron?
What is?
You don't see the thing doing the gritty out there?
I think we would ask is like, hey, yeah, Aaron, do the Ash Riders do they ever see a strange figure on the horizon, like watching them? A red
Before I
ominous
answer
figure?
that, I have to ask, Nick, please don't use the term gritty on my wholesome family podcast.
It's not. It's not
Do you think the ash is
offensive in any
not
way.
gritty?
Fuck.
It's actually very fine.
Oh, you see her?
Well, Vera
See-
pointed her out,
see
but
who?
now it's kind of hard not to. No, because Vera pointed her out.
That
Or,
But,
the
I
witch
know.
the witch of the wastes.
well, you can't just say it like that. Who?
Oh no, not another witch.
Another.
Yeah, we've come across them before. I don't like them.
Vera puts her hand on Aaron's shoulder and says, "Don't mind him. He thinks all women are witches."
We're working
Whoa!
on it. Yikes!
Wanai is about to get canceled.
Well, he holds his hands up like prove me
Canonically
wrong.
accurate statement.
Yes.
Yeah, I think every woman he's met has been a witch. So
That's fair.
Or he's asked if they were. So yes, that is.
I think for the purposes of clarification, Wanai, all women are witches, derogatory. The rest of us, all women are witches, positive.
yeah, we're into it.
Hopeful.
I hope every woman I
Sim-
meet is a
simping.
witch. Witch simping. Oh no.
Where were we? He said witch of the wastes.
Mhm.
Yes,
He said.
that is, I think, the witch of the wastes.
Is that good? Is this not
Is
a
this
bad,
bad?
No,
woman?
no, not good. We have to drive faster.
Oh no.
I gotta
Oh.
say, you sure are lucky that this desert's made out of ash. Otherwise, we'd have a sandwich on our hands.
Oh
my
no. Oh,
God.
cancel the
A+.
pod.
A+.
Aaron,
Pack it up, everyone.
That's a season wrap.
Aaron looks at any other character and he says, "Can I leave him?"
Yeah, well,
Here?
maybe the witch can take him and we'll go faster without it.
Take the hair, leave us alone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not
we keep
good.
making our way.
Okay.
Can we help make this thing go faster? Is there some knobs to knob?
I'm pulling all of the knobs that I can.
Manny points at the wheels. The big wheel keeps on turning. Proud Mary keeps on burning.
Manny, I know we're on a journey, but
Oh.
this wheel's on the
God.
ground, not in the sky.
Then we saved all this for the end.
Um,
As
there's nothing we can
you
do?
No, as you pass through some of
Mhm.
these ash dunes, I think some more of these friendly things are gonna appear. And
We should probably go faster, Aaron. Can we hide?
The contraptions feels
I don't
very
know-
visible.
yeah, you are in the line of sight, and I'm not gonna make you roll for this. It's not that you get the impression, you can tell these things are being summoned by this
Oh,
figure, this witch of the wastes.
Educated guess. How far is this figure? The one that's summoning.
From this location, from where you, let me pop your big wheel on here.
I know we would have limited time, but I think Manny just says like, is she an Ash Lord?
No, she is something else, or they. I don't know how they identify. It's a strange spectral thing.
Gotcha.
Why us, Vera? What did you do?
These things are moving towards you and engaging you.
Okay.
So how would you like us to Deal.
Quinn's gonna cock his rifle. Time to take out the ash.
Yeah, reaching a little bit.
I like that one actually.
I didn't.
And initiative. No.
rough.
Should have left it at sandwich. Don't forget to click your tokens that aren't on the map.
Are we actually?
Right. I mean, it seems like Anthony. Do you want us to do some sort of narrative like way around it? Because I don't
Get out of the car or like...
go over. To just like.
Can we
go.
like jump it off a cliff to escape?
This is just a little tricky because we're not actually driving, so
Right.
it's like I mean we could look at spells and like firing at it or throwing javelins at them, but
Ooh, vehicle combat.
yeah, that's is that more
Yeah.
you're thinking with this, Anthony, or
No, I think that these um these summonings will block your path forward,
okay?
and Aaron will kind of it's not the right angle. I kind of want him to do like an Akira slide,
Akira slide
but
and
yeah,
throw us out, and then
he'll
leave
he'll
us.
will.
He'll Akira slide this direction and let
leave
you guys
back
let
Manny.
you guys get out.
Oh, okay.
How far away is this one?
This one?
No, the big one.
Oh, I never answered that. Probably 400 feet, 500 feet, and
Far away, we would say.
and at least 250 feet up.
So not 320.
Doesn't
No,
seem so.
Okay,
that's a really specific amount.
it's the long range of my rifle.
Ah, further.
Second roll was worse.
Joe's 13.
Oh, jeez.
Greg
Uh-oh.
is a 15 and a 7.
No, we only see ours.
Well,
The
because I didn't click
sevens.
the token the second time, so up to you.
I'll take your 15.
Sorry, the first time I forgot to click the token. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just putting them in manually. Oh, I see. I see what's happening here.
We
I
can't
see what's going
We can't
on.
see the other one, so we only see our own.
Wow.
Okay, that's fine.
If you still had ones from the previous turn order.
Nope. Turn. Where's my character sheet? A 19 and a 9. Okay. And I'll add Aaron in here as well. He'll bring on a rifle. He didn't roll well, though. Okay, let's do some battle. Gwyn, you're first.
Great.
This is going to be another kind of theater of the mind battle. I would say that these are each about 45 feet away from you.
Okay. Do they seem to have a language?
These things?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
they are nonverbal.
Then I probably can't break direct line of sight, so I will make a attempt to hide the bonus action. 25.
Yeah, you
Pretty
can
good.
hide behind a dune.
And then I will take a sneak.
Okay.
Is he hiding behind Frank Herbert's dune?
18 or 26 to hit.
26 is gonna hit. Yeah, my dice.
5 sneak, 10 piercing.
Okay.
So 15.
Very good.
Let's do this one.
Sorry, I was clicked away. Which one?
This
That
one.
one. Okay. Yep, that's the one I took hits on already. Great.
That is it.
Okay, when
I'm just gonna step up and prepare an action that is, if it gets within striking range, I'm not gonna move very far from the group. That if it gets within striking range, I will strike.
Very good. This one is going to drift up and attack Manny.
Oh,
45 feet?
This is going to drift up 30 feet. You're right. It will cast a spell.
Oh,
No,
That's so much worse. I shouldn't have said anything.
you fool.
What's my modifier? Oop, not 1d205. Plus 5. An 18 to hit you, Manny?
that does hit.
All right. And I get to make how many attacks? Just one spell attack. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's 7 points of force damage as it hits you with a blast of ash.
All right. Takes out those extra my soup hit points.
Not my
My
soup.
points.
My soup.
Manny, it is your turn.
Well, if he's only 15 feet away, I'm gonna rage, and I'm going to take my form of the beast with a tail. Again, a large spiny tail comes out, which I can use defensively. I just have to remember to do it. This is good against these big guys.
Okay.
Drawing my sword of virtue, I'm going to move on over towards this one, engage it, and slash it with my sword of virtue.
Okay.
Do I get to use both attacks if I move on the same turn, or do I have to be like?
You mean
do
your
my
extra attack?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
course.
an old Pathfinder 1 thing. You couldn't move in full attack or something.
This is old Pathfinder lore.
Cool. Sword of virtue. Oh, wait, I gotta turn on my rage damage. Great. 26. Hell yeah.
Sorry, that doesn't hit.
Whoops. I assume we're being glib here, so I'm gonna say 2
Yeah.
rage damage, 12 slashing. And then I'm gonna fucking do it again.
Hey, when in Rome.
Hey.
25 to hit.
Hey.
So the 26 did hit, but the 25 is no
Yeah, okay.
Ah.
2 rage and 9 slashing.
good. Okay.
It's my turn.
It is this one's turn. What things can I
rolled a
do?
15. Should I be next in the turn order?
Oh, you might not have reset
Oh.
it because you were still at
Yep.
a 7.
You're right.
Actually, it would have been before me then too.
You are right. I didn't reset it. Yeah, Vera. Sorry.
That's okay. I just wanted to double check.
Mhm.
I will cast protection from evil and good on myself
Yes.
as my action. And then I will use my movement to stand kind of behind. Sorry, how far is the car from the one above it on the map? Like, what's the distance you would say?
That's probably about 30 feet.
Cool. I will stay there with my movement, and I will cast with my bonus action Hexblade's Curse on the one above me on the map.
Okay. We did Manny, so we will move to this one's turn. It will move toward Wanai and engage.
Getting a swing for my prepared
Yeah.
action.
Oh, yep. Please do.
27.
That's weirdly a miss too. Damn.
Oh, I'm not raging, so it's just 13 slashing and 3 water.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't rage anything?
Nope. I
Maybe not.
forgot.
There's the reason I didn't do it. It's because I forgot. So we got that, and then
Really wish I would have.
Very good.
Yeah. Nick, I wish you did too.
It's gonna make a melee attack on you.
Oh no.
Yar. Jesus.
Hey,
Wow.
let's go.
Yeah, I think it reaches out like to attack you as you took your like your
Mm.
attack, Nick.
Yeah.
And I think that like as it tries to swipe at you, your attack like just cuts its hand off and it falls into loose ash.
Sick.
And I'll take a
No
little
one
bit of damage
likes
for that.
no one likes loose ash.
No. It's gonna do it again. An 18.
Meets it, beats it.
Hell yeah. Spell attack. Here we go.
You made a melee attack and a spell attack?
Do both theoretically.
I
That's
don't
a
think
monster.
you can do both.
Maybe not a PC, but you could if you are a monster.
A
potentially.
monster. Which this is a
Yes.
monster.
Also, I think in 2024 you can
as
Oh,
a
yeah.
player.
as a player because you can substitute a regular attack with a spell attack. So if you have 2 attacks, you
That's
can
cool.
do.
That's way
If
better.
it makes you feel any better, Nick, my damage dice were absolute shit.
Oh, my soup health.
Can you make a con save, please?
A
Oh,
con
uh-oh.
save, yeah.
Oh no.
23.
Oh, beans.
All right.
That's pretty
That's just an HP one then.
Oh, -1 HP. He has to do another con check. Oof. Okay.
-1 max HP is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is Aaron's turn. Aaron is going to take a shot at the one that attacked you one night with his rifle. And that's a miss.
Yikes!
Cool turn. Oh, you know what? I put the initiative in all the maps that weren't this one because I just made this one.
Yeah, it's a 1 now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I should just make it. Can we select the text that I just made? Why are you making a new text box, Roll20?
It's so small.
It is.
It's hard to click on them sometimes. There it is.
Why are you like this? I'm just gonna do a 1.
Did somehow okay, there you go.
A 1 appears in the distance. It's the other witch.
It's the one of the waste.
No.
Quinn.
Vera, what did you do?
I'm gonna take a shot at this one by Manny.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Oh wow.
8 sneak, 5 piercing.
You are not hidden when you.
He is within 5 feet of Manny, so I get sneak attack.
That's right.
Is that for a range attack?
Yeah,
No, not for a
Wow.
rate. No. You don't.
absolutely 100%.
Okay.
I feel like
The only thing it
doesn't
says
work like that
is
in Baldur's Gate.
it does actually.
Hold on, I'm just
Yeah.
playing it wrong.
It's if an ally is within 5 feet of your target.
Okay.
I trust Joe on it.
Um,
That's mostly also because it benefits us.
Joe's played rogues pretty much the entire time I've known him. I believe you.
really? I feel like I have not played rogues that often.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire time I've known you. Yeah, that hits.
I will give my bonus action to help Vera. Give you advantage.
Sick.
It is that one's turn. It is going to. Oh, we're gonna cast a big spell.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Everybody makes a con save.
So is he, even though he's in combat with me, do I get an attack of opportunity or?
I don't think you get an attack of opportunity. The way this is written, it's like one of the creature's actions.
Okay. No worries. So everyone makes a con save?
Is this an attack if it's casting a spell?
Is it a spell attack? Or that's
It is
different.
it is an action that it is taking.
Okay. So
But
then
it's
not-
casting
then
it.
no.
It's casting. Is it casting a ranged spell with someone within melee? That's the thing.
No,
It
no,
is
I'm
ta-
just,
it is
It's like a
taking it. It is taking an action that is available to this particular monster. It is not. I was flavoring it as a spell, but it is not a spell per se. And I will also say this looks different than the attack that hit when I.
So
I'm
makes
just double checking because I'm just saying for the protection from evil and good. That's why I'm double checking whether it counts as an attack before I make it. That's why I asked.
I don't think that this counts as an attack.
Yep, just want to double check. Okay. 14.
Okay, so we got a 12, 2 14s, and a 9.
Not great.
Not great. Okay, so Manny and Wanai,
Mm-hmm.
you are asleep.
Oh, fuck. Means we lose our rage
Wow.
too.
I wasn't
That's
raging.
fun.
Well,
Next
No,
steps.
Nick,
next step ahead.
Nick, you don't understand. We lost our
well,
rage.
what is it? We don't get. I don't get an advantage on con saves, do I?
when you're raging,
No.
you do.
Nick it?
I think I do
Nick
on
is playing-
advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. I don't know about
Yeah.
con.
Wait, really?
That's not what I have here. Danger sense, uncanny dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
You'd think con would be one you have.
You would think it would be.
The other body
You
one.
would think
Yeah,
it.
you
No,
would
because you're
think.
sacrificing your body to do more damage. You're raging, you know.
That you were
To make you
sacrificing your
strong.
mental faculties.
When I was playing 3D chess and decided to wait to rage till after the sleep spell,
Mhm.
which I think is very
200
smart.
IQ, man. There's no little
Uh,
like ZZZ icon. This is dumb.
Really? That
Yeah.
seems criminal.
There's no honk shoe button.
No. I feel like
Oh.
sleep is a pretty common condition. Oh, here, sleepy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Any luck, Michael?
No, I'm
Do you have
just
any kinda-
asleep. I'm just asleep.
Okay. I mean,
I did have more temporary hit points though, because my mask that I forgot about. So I got a lot
if
more.
it makes you feeling better, it's only for 10 minutes. What could happen?
I felt pretty good.
Wanai, it's your turn. You are unconscious.
I get to roll another con save at the end of my turn to wake up.
Nope.
There's no save. All right,
Yeah,
bye guys. Been a fun
There's
week.
nothing.
Later.
Yeah.
A sleeping target awakens if it takes damage, or if someone uses an action to shake or
Rouse.
slap them awake.
All right. My turn is over then. I'm asleep.
Y'all wanted to play hard mode. Hira.
I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
him.
It's if you can hit
Vera
me.
He's got a very high AC.
Oh shit, you're right.
Vera is going to use her movement to wake up and action to wake up when I.
Okay.
I
Wait,
am
sorry,
awake.
hold on. Does the Does the thing
Oh,
that
so,
Joe gave me only last one turn?
Hold on. One thing. My turn is next, so if you wake me up, I will have a better. I'll actually get to capitalize on it.
I don't know if I can run us that far
Okay.
in one movement. I could try to shoot you to give you pain to wake up.
Little Eldritch Blast action.
Yeah, but hold on. Before that, does the advantage that you gave me only work on this turn? Because if it only works on this turn for an attack, I should use it.
The help action probably only lasts one turn. Yeah.
It probably only lasts one turn. It's also free though. Like I'm not losing anything by doing it.
No,
so-
but what I'm saying is, what's the effect? Is I get advantage on my next roll or my next attack?
Oh, your
Like,
next
what is the-
your next ability check or attack.
or attack.
Yeah.
Or attack.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I will use Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna create 2 beams, one to hit Manny and one to hit the one that's
Oh, you can do
ahead
2?
of me.
Oh,
Damn.
Manny,
Yeah,
do
that
Manny
helps
and
out.
Wanai.
Just hit us both.
Yeah, you can.
Wake
You
us
could
both up.
hit both.
So
That's
good.
so
Chris.
much less.
It's-
Fuck it. All right.
Andy's got
So
a
much
funny
better
pitch.
for us. For the
I'll
game.
give you advantage
Alright.
again. Don't worry.
That's very
All
funny.
right. All right. I'll use Eldritch Blast to slap some sense into my friends. Okay. So I need
I'm
to make a
unconscious.
roll.
You're
I guess-
unconscious. Your armor class is very
yeah.
low. I think.
if you're
Yeah, I think so.
incapacitated, I think you.
He probably just has
I
advantage
think you
on it.
just
But
say I have an advantage anyway.
I don't have double advantage though, right?
Oh, you're right. You
We-
don't.
Right.
I think we might
wait,
lose
so what do I-
Dex bonus for being.
So what do I
slow.
roll for this? Because
It would be it's your spell attack
Your
roll.
spell attack.
okay.
Yeah, same
You are
thing. You
casting
roll.
Eldritch
Charisma
Blast.
attack. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So
I'm
you,
at
you
fifth
should
level.
you should have it in your character sheet. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, shit. Hold on. That's.
I don't think you have it as a thing, but basically it'll be a d20 plus proficiency plus charisma.
Correct.
Why did that not work? Why can't
Well,
I
you have to
copy
program it
it?
as an attack. Do you have it as an attack?
Oh yeah, I do. Sorry. But will it do it at my level? Okay, whatever. 18.
2 charisma plus 3 proficiency. That looks correct.
18 hits me.
That hits me.
Cool. So I send 1 beam to Wanai and 1 beam
Unfortunately.
to Manny, and then I'm gonna roll
Perfect.
damage.
Yeah.
Max damage. Let's go.
Incredible. 2-1. So there's
Oh
1
my
damage each.
Oh,
Incredible.
1 damage each.
There's
Wow,
no
that is the
way.
best.
Bless
Wild.
Vera.
They-
Storm,
Absolutely
Ash,
wild.
call me the Ash Blessed after this. Vera uses Eldritch Blast, but just nicks the ears of both of them with her, and that says, "This is not the fucking time to fall asleep."
Wake up, boys.
Yeah, it's like 2 snaps. I'm like,
I call you
Amazing.
Vera Crooks Creary.
What?
What?
What was that?
They should call you Vera Crooks Creary.
Crooks.
Oh, is that like the wait? Who are you?
The guy
thinking
who just nicked Trump's ears is Matthew Crooks Creary.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making old
Allegedly.
West timey.
Wow.
No,
Allegedly.
That was a long road to hoe for that. That joke, but
I thought it was a
appreciate
good one.
Anyways, that's my turn.
Hell yeah. This is my turn. Standing up, I can use my movement, right?
It's long row to hoe, right?
I think that's what you said.
Who's hoeing? No, he said road.
To hoe.
I might have just misspoken.
Oh, row to
Row.
hoe. I see.
Yeah.
Row to hoe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's your turn, Manny.
Okay. I use my movement to stand up. I'm going to rage again. Same thing.
Great.
And then take my sword and swing. Like, oh, sorry, Vera. And then 26.
That hits.
2 rage, 14 slashing. And
Yikes.
I get to do it again.
Of course.
An 18, which I
That
believe
also
should hit.
hits.
And 2 rage, 18 slashing. Fuck yeah.
God damn.
This baseball bat swings out of the sand.
God, I gave you so much power with
He's
this
so strong.
sword.
It's 2d8. Yeah, plus 3.
Strong
Yep.
boy.
Yep, it's pretty
Mhm.
good.
Pretty good.
This thing's starting to look a little less corporeal. Cinders are falling off of it.
I don't think you lost rage. It's only if you're knocked unconscious.
We were
He
asleep.
was, he was knocked
We were
unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, you would lose it for sleeping.
What do you think sleep is, Nick?
Magical sleep.
Okay, that's it.
This one's gonna attack you several times.
Attack who?
Okay.
When
Why?
yeah. We'll make one attack that sucks, and the second attack which hits 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is just with it's just a melee attack. Yeah. It's not very good. So that's the bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to deal just flat. It's also going to deal 4 poison damage.
Okay.
And that is its turn.
Did poison? Oof.
I'm sorry, not poison. It's necrotic.
It's fine.
That's even worse.
It's Aaron's turn, and he's going to try and shoot that one.
Damn.
And he hits.
Wow.
Good thing he was shooting a bazooka.
He was not.
An anti-sand.
damage.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Not bad, buddy. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. That's bad math. There it is. Initiative is now 2. Can I change it? Hey, it
I
worked.
mean, yeah.
Sorry,
Which one is it?
escalation.
Escalation, yeah.
Quinn.
Which one of these two looks more hurt? Can I tell? This one? I'm
I've
gonna
just been
take a shot at that
knocking the
one.
sand right out of it.
25 to hit,
That hits.
16 damage.
Describe how you kill this cinder monster.
So I imagine there's like as the sand is like swirling around this being, there's something inside of it that's like more solid that's keeping it together. And I think Quinn just like zeroes in on exactly that spot and just lifts it up and fires straight through like all the swirling sand and stuff. Just like a gap opens and just gets right in and destroys whatever core is inside these things.
Love it.
And then I'm gonna say, Vera, there's a core inside him. I think you can hit it, and it'll kill him. And I'm gonna give the help action to Vera.
Wanai.
Oh, what? Oh. As I wake up.
Minus
I've
one
been
year.
yeah. I'm still not gonna rage since I see the other one fall, and I will attack with Tidecaller. Shazam! 25.
Cow.
That hits.
12 slashing, 5 water.
Yeah.
Make my extra attack. 10.
10 does not hit.
10 does not hit.
No.
I'm going to use a key and take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Ooh.
Great.
They just have disadvantage on their attacks against me.
Cool.
Smart.
I will end my turn.
Vera.
Vera goes up and attacks with Cathar. I have advantage, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that doesn't.
It's not
really
helping,
matter in
but
this
yes,
case.
it does hit.
Oh, nice. Okay. I roll for damage. That's 10 slashing, and because I have
Okay.
Thirsting Blade, any melee attack I have, I can do twice. So I will attack again
And he's also
with my pact.
he is the hexed one, right? You hexed
Oh yeah, that's
him
true.
earlier too,
Let
if
me-
that matters.
I did. I that does matter because let me double check something. Thanks, Michael.
Rob,
Hexblade's Curse. Oh yeah, I get a proficiency bonus to my damage. So it's actually 12 slashing.
oh yeah, or 13 if it's
And-
proficiency, because you have a +3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. 13. Sorry. And then one more attack. 11. I do not think this time. will hit.
13
does not.
escalation dice.
Oh, 13 with exclamation. Yeah, Anthony.
Unless
Alas.
I did not include the escalation.
That is a miss.
Bummer.
All right, that's okay.
Very close.
I got my one in.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Annie.
That's good. Manny's gonna hop on over and sword and board. Smackaroonies.
Sword.
Ah,
Just
a
sword.
20 or a 20?
20s across the board.
Actually, 22.
Yes, 22.
Describe how you kill this one.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where he was the one in front of him just burst like open with the shot from Quinn, and it's almost like this big like dust cloud that's been kicked up, and so Vera steps over and starts slashing into this one, and then just out of this cloud you just hear like a roar as Manny like just like comes hurtling out of it with his sword and just like cuts it in half.
Sick.
Very
I
good.
love it. I think that as soon as you do that, Aaron starts to call out, "Get back in! Let's go!"
Do not have to tell Manny twice.
Yeah.
I hate it here. Jumps into the car.
I think Quinn was already in the car.
I'm
Actually,
gonna
before.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you said there was something solid, kind of holding them together, or
I think
that
it was a
the
flavor
attack?
core. Flavor core.
It was more
Flavor
just
core. I was
flavor.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say, is there any shrapnel that Vera can pick up? But
No,
of whatever that is. Okay, cool.
it's
Then
more like
good.
it's more like a collection of ash that's like held a little bit more tightly
Yeah,
together
yeah, okay,
with
yeah.
magic.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything she could pick up. But yeah, okay, cool. That's it.
Uniform
We're not
composition,
using
these
something.
things. I think with that you speed off along the dunes into the distance, and rather than like kind of bouncing around, this time you see the figure of the witch in the distance, staying there and watching you go. And that is where we will end tonight. Thank you everyone for listening and or watching. Follow us on socials. We'll be back in the next week or so with either this or something similar. Thanks for watching.